"Say it again," she whispered. Not because she didn't hear me, but because she wanted to see if I would break. Those words didn't shout, they sliced. My name is Evelyn Carter. I am 57 years old, and this is the story I buried beneath politeness, patience, and pretending I was fine, until pretending started costing me my breath. It happened on a Sunday evening, the kind of evening meant for celebration. Warm lights, soft music, smiling faces. My daughter Liana's engagement dinner. I stood near the head table, adjusting the cuff of my navy blue dress. I'd paid for half of this evening without anyone knowing. Quiet support had always been my specialty. I believed love didn't need credit. I was wrong. Her future mother-in-law, Maribel, lifted her wine glass and laughed at something I didn't hear. Then her eyes landed on me, slow, deliberate, assessing. "You know," she said loudly, "some people confuse survival with class." The room fell still. I smiled, because that's what women like me are trained to do when disrespected politely. But Maribel wasn't done. She leaned closer, voice sweet enough to sting. "People like you should be grateful they're even invited." Grateful. The word landed heavier than an insult. I felt my daughter stiffen beside me. I waited just a second for her to speak, to say my name, to defend me. She didn't. Something inside me cracked silently. That night, I went home and sat on the edge of my bed, still wearing the dress I couldn't afford to ruin. I stared at my hands that had cleaned hospital floors for 32 years, hands that raised a child alone after my husband walked out with a younger dream, hands that had never been empty, only unseen. I told myself it was just one moment, that I was being sensitive, that dignity meant swallowing discomfort, but silence has a way of echoing. Days passed, then weeks. I replayed Maribel's words while washing dishes, folding laundry, standing in checkout lines. Some people confuse survival with class. I began to wonder if the world really saw me that way. I stopped attending family dinners, stopped offering help, stopped shrinking myself to fit rooms that were never built for me. Instead, I enrolled in a night course, public speaking. The irony made me laugh at first. Me? Speak? The first time I stood at the podium, my knees trembled, but my voice didn't. I spoke about work, about being overlooked, about women who carry generations on their backs and are still told they're not enough. When I finished, the room was quiet. Then, applause. Not polite applause, real applause. And in that moment, I realized something dangerous and beautiful. I was never invisible. I was just surrounded by people who benefited from me being quiet. Months later, the wedding invitation arrived. I held it for a long time. Then I RSVP'd, yes. Not because I needed their approval, but because I finally had my own. At the wedding, Maribel approached me again. Same smile, same tone. "I hope there are no hard feelings," she said. I met her eyes, calm, steady. "No," I replied, "just clear boundaries." She blinked. I smiled, not the shrinking kind, the standing kind. Today, I tell my story not to shame anyone, but to remind you, if your silence keeps the peace, ask yourself, whose peace is it really protecting? You are allowed to take up space, even at 40, even at 60, even after a lifetime of being told to be grateful for crumbs. Survival was never my weakness. It was my proof.